Sorry.
Sorry. Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. Have Noah Olson with us today. We're going to be talking about some very exciting products that is available to you. Noah, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Mike. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So I've heard about your products before, and I'm very excited to get to know what this is about.
Absolutely. Again, I'm thankful to be here. I'm really excited to share with your audience. There's so much going on right now, and it's crazy. People should be aware that there are solutions out there, and it doesn't require going to a doctor and having to get a prescription. There isn't a one size fits all approach for any of this stuff. And so what I really want to bring to light here is just the nuances of health and really of life optimization, because that's what we're here to do. So
outstanding. So let's jump into some of these products that you have.
Let's do it. Awesome. Cool. Well, So like Mike said, my name's Noah. I've been in this health space for over 7 years now. This isn't my first rodeo. I grew up just like most of us on the standard American diet, and I've come to my own. I found my own way through all of the misinformation, disinformation, and just all the propaganda, honestly, when it comes to different fad diets and stuff like that. What's going on, Truth or Mike? Thanks for tuning in. But I've tried over 100 different supplements out there. I've tried nearly every single diet, and I've come to the conclusion that, again, there really is no one size fits all approach to any of this stuff. And so what works for me may not work for you. And what works for Mike, again, might not work for you. But I can tell you that there are some really unique solutions that I've found on my journey that have really helped me. And one of them being our newest product here. It's called Optimum Shilajit. So it's kind of a funny word, Shilajit. And I like to say Shilajit. It's a little bit easier and rolls off the tongue that way. You know what I mean, Mike?
Shilajit. Yeah, I like it.
You got it. Yeah, absolutely, man. So have you ever tried this stuff before, Mike? Just curious.
I've tried it on some other products, but I'm very interested in your product.
Thank you. Awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. And so some of the listeners may be familiar. Shilajit is a potent mineral resin. It's been used for centuries. It's extracted from mountain ranges all over the world. And what's so unique about it is not only the fact that it contains over 80 plus bioactive minerals that our bodies can use for things like energy production, skin health, bone health, muscle growth, and our metabolism, but it also contains these extremely unique and rare compounds that are known as super antioxidants. So I would like to screen share here for just a second and pull up an interesting study that I've been just nerding out over. So if you don't mind here, I'm going to pull up my screen quick.
So I know the Himalayan monks have used this for a long time.
Absolutely. It's incredible for helping deepen meditation. It helps to increase the alpha brainwave state, which I know, Mike, you're super familiar with, right?
Oh, yeah. Awesome. And that's one of the ways that they're able to do some of the amazing things that they do, deep meditations and levitation and all that kind of crazy stuff they do. I've heard of this mineral. Yeah. It helps.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you got it. Absolutely. And one of the main chemical constituents that scientists believe give Shilajit its amazing powers is known as fulvic acid. And so not only that, though, but fulvic acid is nature's strongest detoxifier, and it's a natural chelator. So it helps to bind heavy metals in the body, which I don't want to get too far ahead here. I do want to bring it back, though, too. Shilajit is also a great natural source of carbon-60, which, Mike, I know you've tried this stuff before, right? You've heard of carbon-60?
Yep.
Absolutely. So, yeah, it's incredible stuff. And I just don't think enough people know about the benefits of it. There is a lot of science out there on, not only the presence of carbon-60 in Shilajit, but also its co-occurrence in meteorites and ammonites, which pretty mind-blowing stuff here. So basically what this means is they've discovered these super antioxidants that I was mentioning earlier in meteorites, ammonites, and Shilajit, making Shilajit one of the rarest naturally occurring substances on the planet.
Wow.
So pretty mind-blowing. Yeah, and to go back to what you were saying too about the monks. So this is one of the most prolifically used substances in Ayurvedic medicine, which, in case you're not familiar, Ayurveda is basically the traditional Indian system of medicine. The traditional thought is that, like what we would do for our bodies in the case of natural medicine, is that Shilajit is used as a panacea or cure all, meaning they would use it to treat almost anything, and it's known as a Yogahanda or a supreme revitalizer, making it one of the strongest medicines used in Ayurvedic medicine. So
that's fantastic. Yeah, so this is like taking a superfood beyond belief. From everything I've read about it, and so yeah, I'm super excited. I'm gonna be getting it. So,
absolutely.
I go deeper into it, but I'm sold already. I've read a lot about it, and I know you have one of the better, if not the best, supplements out there for this. So it's good.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad you brought that up, Michael. So our Shilajit, what sets us apart is we do what's known as a dual third-party lab testing panel. So a lot of Shilajits out there on the market use Chinese Shilajit, or it's sourced from the Himalayan mountains, which honestly just don't have the best regulations when it comes to safety. And so, like I was mentioning earlier, one of the major benefits of taking Shilajit is its ability to bind to heavy metals. But now, if you're taking low quality Shilajit, then you're actually defeating the purpose of taking it in the first place. So that's why at Optimum, what we do here is we do a dual third-party lab test. We're testing for not only the active components of the Shilajit, but we're also testing for heavy metals and moisture. Now, Michael, I've taken our lab test results to every other Shilajit company out there on the market, and I've yet to come across a company that has as pure and as potent Shilajit as we do. So anybody can go to our website. These are publicly available, and you can see for yourself the results from our dual third-party lab testing. And it's not cheap. We use an ISO-approved lab in Arizona. We do 2 different lab testing methods, which are both approved by the International Community for Fulvic Compounds. And so that we try to go the extra mile here with this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I'd like to talk a little bit more here about the Shilajit before we kind of transition into a couple other unique products here. But anybody can go to our website. If we could, maybe post a link in the chat, or I can help direct people. It's liveoptimum.co if you want to pull this up and read along with me. But basically, like I was mentioning, so it's full of minerals and it's got these super antioxidants. Now, I'm a nerd when it comes to this stuff. So a lot of people might be like, okay, that sounds cool. Minerals, yes, I know I'm supposed to be eating this from our diet. But here's the problem, is most of us are nutritionally deficient. And it's because, and I'm actually from the state of Iowa, so I know this firsthand, but we have been mass producing a lot of our food supply thanks to GMOs and pesticides from Monsanto, Bayer, and all these other big companies that have just been infiltrating our food supply. And so unfortunately, the soil no longer carries the nutrients and the fulvic minerals that we're supposed to be getting from it. So does that make sense? Oh, still got you there, Mike?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Just checking. We'll keep rolling here. So, yeah, it's one of those things where a lot of people ask me, should I be taking supplements? Well, unfortunately, we're bombarded by toxins today, from anything from, I've already hit on the food supply, but our drinking water as well. People should know, if they don't already, that the tap water supply has been infiltrated. So you can go to ewg.org/tapwater, and you can put in your zip code, and it'll actually pull up exactly what's in your tap water. And people would be absolutely blown away by the amount of pharmaceuticals, pro-hormones, heavy metals, and other junk that just doesn't need to be there. And now, thankfully, I'm going to pull up an interesting study here done on the active constituents found in Shilajit, which basically show its ability to, there's so many studies here, I got to find the right one, basically shows its ability to bind to aluminum. And now this is just one study showing its effects on heavy metal chelation. But aluminum is really harmful, and not only just to our bodies, but especially our brain. And so unfortunately, and Michael, I'm sure you could speak to this too, but we all have, loved ones in our lives who are impacted by neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, you name it. And I mean, it's crushing, and it's one of those things where it's a delicate subject. So I want to approach this lightly, but aluminum, believe it or not, is actually one of the main causes. And so, Michael, I don't know, have you ever experimented with binders? I know you were in the military, highest level SEAL Team 6. I mean, what was your guys' protocol when it came to, heavy metals and toxins, I guess?
God, we didn't even have one. It's they're injecting us all the time. They don't care about that stuff.
Insane, right?
Oh yeah,
absolutely insane. And you hit on another heavy hitting subject, the injections, which I definitely do want to hit on as well. But here's the thing: is all of us are being exposed to these heavy metals, and they are displacing our neurochemistry. And so it's really important to be taking a binder like this, and Shilajit being arguably, in my opinion, one of the better ones just because of its safety profile. And so it's been shown to bind to things like lead, mercury, arsenic, cadmium. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. All of it is accumulating in our brains, our livers, our tissues. In men, it accumulates in the testes and the ovaries for women. And they've done studies where they've shown that Shilajit actually reverses the deleterious effects on our sex organs thanks to its ability to bind to these heavy metals.
That's good. That's very good.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think everybody needs that, with the stuff being sprayed from the skies and stuff in the water and the food these days. So that's
oh my gosh. You're hitting all the points, Mike, that I'm trying to make here is too. And we've actually seen now, is my screen still sharing here? I've got a couple things I'd like to share.
Okay.
Awesome. So, we've seen RFK coming out. He's talking about the weather modification. Nicole Shanahan's calling for the federal government to end all weather modification contracts. Mike, I know you're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, man. I don't know if you saw, but Florida finally just banned all weather modification, which is nuts. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're at the precipice of a lot of stuff like this just continuing to get rolled out. And it's gonna reach a point to where we're gonna have to start looking for solutions to this stuff. And it's real too, which is the thing. A lot of people have known about this for years. I mean, Mike, how long have you been hearing about these chemtrails?
Yeah, but for me, I've known about chemtrails for over 20 years.
That's insane.
So, it's nice to see that they're making an attempt to shut it down. But there's other ways that they can modify the environment. They can do it through cloud seeding, not through chemtrailing, but they have machines on the ground and in ships and that can cloud seed as well. So lots of different ways they get it out there. Do it at night where no one's looking and can see it. So we're still pretty much under threat, unfortunately, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. Absolutely. I think we're being attacked on all fronts. So, and the thing about it is too, a lot of people just, they're doing what they can, right? And there's a lot of us out here who are trying to spread the message, and, people like yourself and myself who are doing everything that they can to protect themselves. And unfortunately, a lot of the times people just don't, have the opportunity to get this information. And so what I'm really excited to share is that, a lot of the things that people face on a regular basis, like the pesticides from the food supply, the fluoride in the tap water, the heavy metals from the chemtrails and everything that we're talking about right now, Shilajit is actually probably the best solution I found personally. And that's just from sifting through hundreds of studies. I mean, there's studies coming out on this stuff every single day. And the coolest part is that this has been around for centuries. So this isn't new stuff. It's insane just how beneficial it's been used in history for things like treating diabetes. And they talk about this openly in, textbooks that are 2,500 years old. Pretty insane.
Yeah. Wow. So, I mean, you would think the monks and so forth, what do they need it for? How do they discover this stuff? Where do you think this came from?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So, well, I've got a couple different answers. So the first one being, and I love this, there's a great story where basically researchers, local villagers, whoever, they would see these monkeys go to the mountains and consume this black resinous tar-like substance and then be filled with vitality.
Nice.
Nuts. Yeah, man. So it's bananas. It's it's awesome. But another story too, actually more so just a literal fact, is that how this stuff is formed is actually from the shifting of tectonic plates, and there's plant matter and also these ancient crustaceans that over centuries, over time, basically push this black resinous substance out of mountain cracks.
Wow.
So, yeah. The word Shilajit actually comes from the Sanskrit meaning conqueror of mountains and destroyer of weakness. So it's legit, man. Shilajit's legit.
It's the shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of different things out there, but I've only heard amazing things about Shilajit, and the only thing that you have to be concerned with, like you talked about, is there's a lot of people don't have really good product,
Right.
And you want the best of the best, and I think you guys have done that. So now you don't have just this product; you have other products too. Well, we'll get into in a little bit, but what else do you? So it's taking out heavy metals.
Yeah.
It's giving you energy, vitality. What other incredible? I know there's like so many incredible things that this does.
Truly. No, absolutely. You hit it right on the nose. So I'd like to pull up here. I'll quickly just screen share a couple more things so people can see. I'm not just pulling this out of my there's studies literally like, for instance, the one I've got pulled up right here, the human skeletal transcriptome in response to oral Shilajit supplementation. So I won't bore everybody, but basically what this is showing is how Shilajit actually upregulates steroidogenic genes in our bodies. Things like tenacin, myoferinolin, collagen, especially. And this is something that I really want to talk on, is the fact that collagen is so important, not only just for our hair, skin, and nails. Shilajit it's an all around going to help increase your attractiveness, your appearance. It helps with wrinkles here. I've got another study people can look at. It helps with osteopenia in postmenopausal women, boost testosterone. Here you can see in men. It's incredible stuff. Nice. Definitely. And so I got pulled up right here. People can see here. I'll zoom in a bit. Is this graphic here, which basically shows over the course of, I think it was only 6 weeks, the effects of Shilajit on the skin. So people can see here from the first visit all the way over to now their last visit, completely renewed the skin, revitalized not only their energy levels, but their memory. It helps with any sort of cognitive impairments, thanks to its ability to, again, chelate those heavy metals. And it's an incredible substance.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so the other graph over there with the was it ultraviolet or something, or?
Yep, you got it. Absolutely. So this is actually showing the microvascular effects, how it's basically able to help increase skin perfusion to support overall blood flow and circulation.
Wow. Yeah, it's good show. I mean, within a week or time frame, you're having incredible results like this on a deeper level too, with the vascularity, pushing out there and revitalizing the skin. That's really, what we need more of. So I'm very excited about this. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. And like you were saying, just the vascularity overall, something people may be familiar with is nitric oxide.
Right.
Which this is one of our body's main vasodilators, and Shilajit's actually been shown to increase nitric oxide. It's been shown to increase the formation of new blood vessels. And also, I mean, something that we have just barely scratched the surface on is its ability to basically stop any sort of disease or illness in its tracks. We'll cut that there, but one thing I do want to hit on is the jabs, the jabberdoos, as I know. That's always one of my favorites. One of my all-time favorite Michael Jago quotes right there, the jabberdoos. So, I mean, you originated that, right? That was your thing.
I did. And so it became known, and they didn't like that one either. But I think things have changed here on YouTube. I think we can get away with a little bit more. That's why I wanted to come on here with this information, because it's really, we need to help humanity more than ever.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of back channel information where the numbers of people having been affected, since 2021 is catastrophic. So we need stuff like this, and this is why I'm very, very much a proponent of getting incredible people like yourself out with great product to share. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely, Michael. Thank you so much for those kind words. This is something that I'm really passionate about. Like I, said in the beginning, I've dedicated over 7+ years now of my life, and I'm only 25, so I really just came into all this stuff, and it's coming out so much faster now, and it's exciting.
Yeah, I remember when we met like 5-6 years ago. Like,
we actually did. Yeah, I'm glad you remembered.
It was this young kid that's all like has all this information. It's like.
Yeah, and man, here we are, dude.
And you're just your brain is like you're like a walking computer. You were back then, so even more so now. Pretty amazing.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but so we're rolling with it. But it's cool, man. And honestly, too, something of course, Shilajit is just one thing, right? Like, of course, this isn't going to replace a poor lifestyle if you've got a poor diet, if you aren't getting outside enough, right? Here in sunny Florida, we've got the UV index. It's like 6 almost all the time. And so we're getting exposed to more light, more energy. And Shilajit, for our friends up in the north, is a great replacement if you're not able to, and especially if you work indoors, which, just to give a little backstory, I actually had prepared an entire masterclass on quantum biology. It would have taken hours, but really the true sentiment behind it was just to get outside, to reconnect with nature, and to expose your entire body as much as you can to sunlight.
Oh, wow. Great.
Yeah, absolutely. So
that's very interesting about the light, bringing the light in, because that's been suppressed with other ingredients. So that's very important. So I love that. It actually, activates light within the body. So very, very good. Very. 100%. So yeah, we'll have to do more shows and bring in that information, and have you do your PowerPoint and so forth. So that'd be great.
I'd love to. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but another product I'd like to talk about here, and before I mention, the listeners can actually go onto the site, and the link that'll be included in the show notes is to the Intuitive Bundle. And I created this specifically for, of course, the Intuitive Warrior, yourself, Michael Jago. And for everybody listening, they can go on and they can actually purchase the Intuitive Bundle, which includes everything I'm going to talk about. They can use code JACO to save 10% off at checkout. But I'd like to, if you don't mind, share the one of the key supplements that's included in that bundle.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So this is our Optimum Collagen here. So a lot of people may be familiar, and if they're not, collagen is a major protein that makes up about 1/3 of our bodies. Think of it like the glue that holds our bodies together. But not only that, it's incredible for so many different reasons. For one, it helps to increase our brain health. It helps to cleanse the pineal gland, believe it or not. So something that many people may not know is that glyphosate actually resembles a very common amino acid found in the body called glycine. And glycine is one of the most important amino acids that our bodies need to create our most incredible chemical or melatonin, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. melatonin, which is, of course, very important for sleep. But collagen is also great for helping with muscle recovery, helps increase our joint health, flexibility, or strength. It also helps to increase your brain health overall, helping to support memory. And with aging as well, helps to slow the process of aging. So it's one of those things that's a staple in my stack. I take it every single day. Also with the next product, which we'll get into, but collagen is one of those foundational things that most people are not getting enough of in their diet. And the problem with that is that our collagen levels drop after we turn 20, about 10% each decade. So we're slowly phasing out of our natural, our body's ability to create collagen. And so it's crucial to be supplementing. It's honestly a no-brainer.
Wow. Yeah, so I put collagen in every time I do a shake, and
nice.
I have collagen right now, so I'm looking forward to your collagen, see how that works out too. So collagen, I mean, it's for everything, for skin, for muscle, for firmness. We could go, I mean, you can probably go on and on, but what are all the benefits for collagen, and how does it work with Shilajit?
Great question. Absolutely. So yeah, a lot of the benefits that people are going to see with collagen, like for instance, let's say, you have some leaky joints, or, just troubles with stiffness, muscle pain, things like that. This is going to help to not only smooth out your muscle fibers, but it's also going to help to increase the growth of new ones. And then also too, of course, as we age, bone health is a real concern. Our collagen actually does contain some minerals, some key minerals, including magnesium and calcium, which is going to help support your bone health. And then two, the interaction with Shilajit is that they both complementary boost vitality, which again, the thing that I feel I'm so meant to do is to help people to rekindle their fire. And so these two things are two easy ways. And of course, I'm not, this isn't like, take this, you don't have to do what I do verbatim, but basically using these two things are going to help dramatically improve your overall quality of life.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And go ahead.
No, that's good. I totally agree that both those products to combine are going to be tremendous.
Definitely.
So I'm glad you have like a little, discount when you get both of them together. Right.
Absolutely. And, that's the goal, is really because these things are meant to be taken daily. They're meant to be a part of your lifestyle, to help support your overall health. And so, what I like to do is too, and the third product, which I haven't yet mentioned, is our creatine. And I'm sure, Mike, I mean, it's one of the best, right?
Yeah, creatine is really good, especially for when you're building muscle. So I look forward to. I haven't used creatine in a long time. I just have had a really good source of it, or because if you don't get a good source, it's crap for your body. So,
exactly.
So I like that you guys do the study, that you make sure you get the super high quality product. So that's what I'm loving right now. So yeah, I'll be doing all this stuff, and then we can report on it. Like the next time we do a show together, I can report on my results and so forth. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I think so. That would be. There is. I mean, we could be here. We could talk just about creatine alone for a while. But so the interaction here is that there's super simple lifestyle changes that people can introduce to help to revitalize, help have more energy, which a lot of people I know struggle with. And personally, I've had nothing but great reviews. People can go to our website. Maybe towards the end of the show, we can read some reviews from actual people who've been taking our stuff. They love it. People they get more every month, and I think the bundle is a great way to do that.
Yeah, I love it. I love getting the results from other people, because a lot of people do a lot of the products that I use and promote.
Oh yeah,
we get great. And that's one of the reasons why I promote them, because they get great results. And I saw that when I was looking at your information. And I know your background. You don't do crap at all. You're like the
No.
best of the best. So yeah, this is gonna be great.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that, Michael. Yeah, this is, I feel like something I'm truly meant to be doing. So I'm seriously, I handwrite every single card that gets sent out with each order. I love to do it. It's something that brings me a lot of joy. And honestly, I'm just really excited. I actually just moved here down to Florida too. So, just as you can see here, I'm just going to the beach every single day and taking my Shilajit, my collagen, my creatine, which, again, it's, so for people who aren't familiar, right, creatine is one of the most abundant nutrients that our bodies need. It actually is one of the most intensive processes. Our body creates it through a very taxing process that's known as methylation. And by supplementing with creatine each morning, you're actually setting yourself up for success because it takes off the most taxing process, this methylation, off of our body's to-do list. So think of it like if you had a long checklist and at the top, like your workout, that's going to be the hardest thing you've got to do that day. Well, it's kind of ironic because creatine would help you do that. But taking creatine actually checks that box off right away.
Very nice.
Absolutely.
So how often do you use creatine and why?
Definitely. So I take it every day, and that shouldn't come to a surprise to anybody who's tried it. I mean, it's here's what I'll say. So they've done studies, right, where they've shown people take up to 25 grams. I mean, this is a 5x serving of creatine and only experience increased benefits and no side effects at all. This is the most studied athletic performance enhancing compound. And I use the word athletic performance enhancing because that's what a lot of these studies do is they look at athletes using this stuff. So we're talking about incredibly healthy individuals that are experiencing even more benefits. We're talking 5 to 10 to 15% compounding results. And the thing is, our bodies saturate with it over time. So you don't even see the full effects until day 20, day 30, and so on. And so brain health. This is why I take creatine every single day is because I know it's one of the most easy and effective things that I could be doing. I mean, literally for pennies on the dollar, you could be taking creatine every day that's been shown to help increase, the amount of neurons in your brain, the amount of dopamine. So it's increasing your productivity, your mental clarity, your focus. And you combine that with with the Shilajit rather, which has also been shown. There's actually a study done in Australia, which I love, is the similarities between creatine and Shilajit. And I love this study personally because it looks at the chemical structure of each of them and it shows how they actually work together very synergistically.
Wow, that's great. Noah, you're on a roll, man. I can see it coming out. You're just flowing with it. So yeah, keep sharing, man. I love this information. This is what I live for. I've been, bodybuilding since I was like in my early teens, 13, and here I am, 53, almost 52 years later.
Yeah.
It's still part of my life, and it's one of the things that's really been the reason why I've been so healthy all my life. Constantly working out. I think it keeps you young, keeps you healthy, but the other, I know it's like 50 to 70% of your health is from your food sources.
Yeah.
And supplementation these days, you have to do it because the foods have been leached so much. Unless you get from a really, really good reputable source where I see someone in the chat is talking about how they basically make sure that, the farm animals are running around and they get, so all the pee and the poop gets in there, but that's the fulvic acid and all that kind of stuff that really makes a difference. It comes through the plant. The plant's healthy, but Shilajit, and the creatine and the collagen, from absolutely incredible sources is going to catapult you to different levels. So I'm looking forward to, I keep saying that I'm like, I can't wait to get off and in order, but it's going to be monumental, I think, for everyone to get involved, especially going forward, because of all the unfortunate things that have happened to people.
Right.
80% of people got that thing in 2021, 80% of Americans.
I know.
So, and that's been catastrophic, unfortunately. And like I said, it's been the real problems with that have been hidden quite successfully. So we need to have those things that are going to make a difference. And here we go. So you got to really, it's better to like take this stuff orally than to have to go to the hospital and eventually, get intravenous and shots and all that kind of stuff to stay alive. Why not stay healthy and do the right thing? It's going to be a lot easier, and it's going to be a lot less costly in the long run.
Absolutely, Mike. No, yeah, you covered it pretty much. But the only thing I would add, and that this is, I believe, where we're going towards is, a less centralized approach to all of this. It's integrative health to really, our school system, the education, banks, finances, currency. Everything is a decentralized, holistic, world where we have access to things and we don't need intermediaries, people that are just making, basically profiting off of, people's own ignorance. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, and we're trying to overcome that ignorance, and and it doesn't mean you're bad or less of a person because you're ignorant of all these things. It's because you just don't know, and they don't teach this. So here we are, we're teaching it, we're talking about it. It can make an incredible difference going forward, like we're talking about. So what's the bundle that you have? Can you share that?
Absolutely, I'll pull that up.
The intuitive bundle, I like that.
Oh, of course, man. As soon as it popped into my mind, I'm like, that's the one. So, yep, felt right. Yeah. Can you see my screen here?
We got it. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So people can see here right off the bat, you actually do get free shipping with this, but so it gets anybody who gets the intuitive bundle, it comes with 2 boxes of our highest rated Shilajit. I've got over 25 5-star ratings on this alone. And, we're just getting things started. So with that, you also get the collagen, which is grass-fed and pasture-raised. And it comes with a certificate of no contamination. So, it's the purest. These cows, they lived happy lives grazing on actual grass. They aren't eating each other's feces like we know these factory farmed animals are. And then you've got the creatine monohydrate. And I actually want to talk about something here because it's key. Is our creatine actually is sourced from Germany, and the reason is because it's a patented form that's called Creapure. And now, people who they go to the store, they grab whatever supplement that they see here. This is going to be something totally different. You take this and versus the one that you get at the store. You're going to notice a total difference in just how you feel because your body's actually absorbing it.
Nice. So this bundle, how long would that last? Is that a month supply?
It is a month supply. Yep.
Excellent. And I love that. That's definitely very affordable, especially when you subscribe and save.
Exactly. And I try to make it easy on people because it is one of those things that you're going to be taking on a regular basis. So, you get that grandfather rate, if you will, for subscribing now early, we just came out with this. So it's being released as we speak. And, people are taking it around the world. I ship this out to Australia, Europe, Spain, you name it, Mexico. We've got people all over the world that are taking this stuff, and it feels amazing.
That's fantastic. And with the subscribe and save, can you still use the code JACO for 10% off?
You absolutely can, Michael. Great question. Yes, everybody right now can use the code JACO. It'll still work with the subscribe and save.
So, wow. So you're going to get 30% off. That's 30% good.
30% off. Yeah.
And then long-term 20% off every order. So that's good. I like it.
Thank you. Yeah. We put a lot of love into this. It hasn't, it's taken, it's been a labor of love, really. It's been a long time coming. It's something that, again, really, I feel like I'm supposed to share. And so speaking of sharing here, I've got some testimonials. So most recently, Helen H. here you can see, not only has the Optimum Shilajit increased my athletic performance, but I've seen a noticeable measurable improvements in my neurofeedback training, which, guys, I can't make this up. We're getting some of the best customer tests. Like, what a review. Am I right? Like,
Yeah, the mental aspect is one of the things a lot of people are having problems with. So increasing the neuronal flow, busting out whatever's clogging that stuff up.
oh
I
yeah,
think that's really good.
absolutely there. Prior to using this product, I was never in the deep zone. So you can see here her results. She even posted them with it, which is just, I mean, we couldn't ask for more. So, but we've got here Lucas B. You can see he was struggling with motivation. I actually do want to find here. There's a specific one. So, I'll make sure to kind of do what I need to do here to keep our boat afloat here. But people take this stuff in response to those mandates that people got, and they actually do let us know. And I can show you here somebody who, well, let's just say they were experiencing some side effects, and they took and they noticed here we go. Yeah, so you can see Sandra B. So she was injured by the mandate and left her with symptoms of chronic pain and fatigue. And you can read here the rest. She started taking our Shilajit for 3 days and had immediate results in the first day. I mean, it's mind blowing, this stuff. And Mike, I know with what you're doing, you get stuff like this all the time. But for me, it's seriously, it's eye opening to see just the amount of healing that's going on with people who are taking this stuff. So
Yeah. And when you take the Shilajit, should you take it with something else? I've heard you sometimes need to get it optimized. You take something else with it.
yeah, absolutely. So traditionally, it was actually taken with milk, which yeah, and this was actually used in India. Monks would take it with milk. They experienced heightened effects from it, and so I take it every single morning. You can just swallow the tablets. It's a tablet form, which I have here. Small little tablets. They're not big, nothing like that. It's super easy to swallow. Or you can, like I said, dissolve them or take them with warm milk. It is best consumed first thing in the morning. That way you detox everything that was circulating throughout the night, and that you get it out of your body right away, and that you feel great for the rest of your day.
Excellent, excellent. So yeah, and do you do raw milk?
I do actually, yeah. Thanks for asking.
Love it, Noah. Good man. So
Yeah.
I've fortunately been able to get hold of a place that has raw milk here. In Florida, you would think there'd be raw milk everywhere, but it's very hard to come by. You have to go to the farmers that basically have their own little
right to the source.
Yeah, and that's and so we've been getting some really really good raw milk. So and I'm glad you said that. Shilajit should be taken with some kind of fatty type of product, and so we've been using it. I do my shakes. I put goat milk and raw, of course, goat milk and raw cow milk in there. So fantastic.
Well, yeah, I mean, thank you, but seriously, Mike, that's awesome. That's incredible to hear, man. That's your next level with it, man. That's great stuff.
That's right. If anybody's listening, if you're searching out and doing the raw milk, you're definitely next level. It's easy to come by. They've been brainwashing us forever that it has to be pasteurized. That's not good for you.
Yeah, it's lunacy.
It's not good for you to drink that. So yeah, it's hopefully we won't get in trouble with that, but we got to put something else.
Yeah, no, there's way big. Way bigger problems, I'm sure.
I like how you showed that, and then you said mandates. Very good. No,
oh, for sure. Yeah,
you're a pro.
I won't tell yourself.
Good job.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, yeah. So, yeah, people can, they can experiment with this stuff for themselves. Here's the thing. I always suggest that people do their own research, right? Even when it comes to like the raw dairy stuff, all that, as I'm sure you can relate to, Mike, like you don't just stumble upon this. It's a process of gradually coming to the conclusions that, things like, say, I won't say it, but certain, how do I say this? Like certain, I don't know. We'll say like bacteria or certain pathogenic will basically a lot of that stuff is just fooey. And I hate to sound like I'm trying to do my best here, but basically there's a lot of science out here on the contrary, and it's just not being talked about.
Yeah. Now, here's Chris says cannot do milk. Chris, I couldn't do milk either. I basically had to get off of milk, and I realized it was not good for me, especially when I was bodybuilding. It would smooth me out, it's basically an allergic reaction to it. And so once I got off milk, I was able to like lean down. I just completely stopped doing milk. But once I got the raw milk, my body is loving it. So if you can get the raw milk, I would highly recommend it. I had it as a kid, and then it kind of like disappeared with all the pasteurization. Military, they don't do raw milk. And then I had to stop doing milk altogether. So you're going to have to go out of your way to get this stuff. But it does make a difference. So try it and see how your body responds to raw milk if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Couple things maybe to add to that too is if you are experiencing, digestive issues of any kind, I will say the Shilajit, and this isn't, I'm basically, this stuff has been shown to help with like leaky gut. So if you have any sort of gut dysbiosis, it's been shown to actually decrease the endotoxic bacteria, which are harmful to us, and increase the positive bacteria, that our bodies need to be able to properly digest the nutrients from the foods that we eat. So, I think you're muted, Mike.
So, what other products do you guys have?
Yeah, so these are the big three. I'm super excited for what's to come. I've got a ton of different ideas. But right now, really, I mean, the show just been taking off. We've actually got professional UFC fighters who are in the ring actually taking our stuff. And I mean, they're feeling the effects from it, and it's helping to increase the recovery from their workout time. It's helping to increase their reaction time. It's helping to increase basically mentally, physically, and spiritually, you name it. It's doing just about everything for these people who, like yourself, have trained to be the top 1%.
All right, so those are your products. I got you. All right,
exactly.
Outstanding. So you guys have plans for more in the future?
Absolutely. We've got a ton of ideas, and we're looking, for more, ways to get this out there. This is really just the beginning. So,
very good. What kind of direction you guys are going? Guys doing any peptide stuff?
I'm glad you asked. Collagen technically is peptides, but that's a little bit of a different realm here. I will say, so the Shilajit in particular, I'm really looking to help get to really push out there, because a lot of the companies out there right now are very much so on the fringe. They're kind of on the fritz when it comes to like really, helping to, show how it's not just an old remedy. It's not, I'm really cutting edge when it comes to the science of this stuff. And so I'm trying to show how it's not only beneficial for, ailments, but also for healthy people, just regular everyday people who are trying to do their best and, just protect themselves, their kids, their families.
Outstanding. All right. So one more time, let's share that site again, guys. Here we are. The Intuitive Bundle. This is the range of the products I have right now. Outstanding. Right when we get off this, I'm ordering this with my discount JACO10 to get 10% more off. So it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, my wife. I'm gonna do a double order so my wife can join in. So definitely, in the future, we're gonna be having more. I guess you have like you were telling me earlier. You told my wife you have a 2-hour PowerPoint on all this. So I would really love to see that. And so get this stuff, start in on the product, and we'll keep coming back and giving you guys more information, deeper dive on this stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Noah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And thanks everybody for joining us. Lots of love to you guys, and we'll see you guys next time.